We all have friends who are total Disney diehards, or maybe you're one of those superfans yourself. These devotees visit the park at least once a year, and maybe even have an impressively accurate character costume. To get you up to speed on some of the finer points of Disney history, or to help you quiz your friend who thinks they know it all, I've rounded up the Disney facts even experts haven't heard before. Number 1. The actors who played Mickey and Minnie Mouse were married. Wayne Allwyn, the actor who gave Mickey Mouse his voice for more than 30 years, was married to Russi Taylor, the actress who voiced Minnie. Taylor said they met in a hallway when she was on her way to work on the 1988 TV special Totally Minnie. Years later, they began dating and the cartoon romance soon became real life. Number 2. Walt Disney kept live animals on the set of some of his productions. Part of the reason why Walt Disney's films were so successful was that the animator was incredibly dedicated to getting things right. To make the animals in his films as realistic as possible, he often brought live animals into the studio. Number 3. Walt Disney's first original character was a rabbit. Mickey Mouse might be Walt Disney's most well-known character, but the animator's first creation was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Disney created 27 one-reelers about the anthropomorphic bunny in 1927, but just 1 year later, Universal Studios claimed the rights to the cartoon. After losing the character, Disney created Mickey Mouse. Number 4. The Walt Disney World Resort is almost the same size as San Francisco. The Florida Resort, which covers nearly 40 square miles, is only 10 square miles smaller than the bustling city of San Francisco. That's also the size of 2 Manhattan Islands. For comparison, Disneyland in Anaheim, California, is only 85 acres or 0.13 square miles. Number 5. Disney's Hollywood Studios was meant to be a production studio. The movie-themed park was originally introduced as Disney MGM Studios in 1989 with the intention of becoming a fully functional television and movie production studio. In fact, Ernest Saves Christmas, among other films, was produced at the studio, now called Disney's Hollywood Studios, before it opened as a theme park. Number 6. Walt Disney originally planned for Epcot to be a model community. It sounds a bit creepy, but a Walt Disney documentary revealed that Epcot, which stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, was actually intended to be a planned environment demonstrating to the world what American communities can accomplish through proper control of planning and design. The original plan was to select around 20,000 people to live in the city, which would have had shopping areas, residential properties, theaters, restaurants, and more. The community was also intended to be built in a climate-controlled setting. After Walt died, the project was seen as unrealistic, and Epcot instead became what it is today. Number 7. Disney held a Sister Summit for the movie Frozen. As part of a brainstorm for Frozen, Disney Animation held a Sister Summit for women at the company to share stories about what it's like to have sisters. In an interview at the Girls Who Code Summer Immersion program, Jennifer Lee, the film's director, and the current chief creative officer of Disney Animation Studios, said the summit really helped the movie. Number 8. Some of the food served at Epcot is grown inside the park. The Land, a 2.5 million square foot pavilion dedicated to human interaction with the Earth, is home to one of Epcot's most popular rides, Soarin' Around the World. But surprisingly, it's also the place where much of the park's produce and seafood is grown and harvested. On the Living with the Land boat ride, guests can learn about agriculture and see where Disney horticulturalists use growing techniques to harvest foods. Number 9. You can have your own fairy tale wedding at the Cinderella Castle. Who says you need to be a princess to get married in a castle? Although you can get married at a number of locations at Disney parks and resorts, the most picturesque spot might be in front of the Cinderella Castle. A Cinderella wedding can include riding on Cinderella's horse-drawn glass coach, fireworks, Disney characters, and more. Number 10. Disney parks are popular places to scatter human ashes. Disney World has been dubbed the happiest place on Earth, so it's no wonder many people have requested it as their final resting place. Current and former custodians say that of all the places human ashes have been spread, the Haunted Mansion is likely the most popular.